Imagine waking up to headlines that instantly make the entire world stop and pay attention. A developing situation in the Middle East, a claim about powerful missiles, and one of the region's most important energy facilities suddenly at the center of global discussion. In the last few hours, reports and statements circulating online have suggested that Iran may have targeted a major oil refinery in Israel's northern port city of Haifa using what are known as Kheibar Shekan missile systems. But what exactly is happening? What do we actually know so far, and what remains unclear? And why is this story drawing so much international attention right now? Today we're going to walk through the full picture, step by step, so you can understand the situation clearly, calmly, and without the noise that often surrounds breaking news online. Because when news breaks this big, the details matter. First, let's talk about why Haifa is such an important location. The city of Haifa sits along Israel's Mediterranean coast and serves as one of the country's major industrial and shipping hubs. It's home to ports, technology companies, universities, and one of the largest oil refining complexes in the region. That refinery complex is operated by the energy company Bazan Group, which processes crude oil into fuels and other petroleum products used across Israel's economy. Facilities like this are incredibly important because they help transform raw energy resources into usable fuel for transportation, electricity generation, manufacturing, and daily life. When people talk about energy security in the Middle East, locations like this are often part of the conversation. Now here's where the story begins to attract global attention. Some regional sources and social media posts began circulating claims that Iran had launched long-range missiles known as Kheibar Shekan missile toward targets in Israel, including infrastructure linked to energy production. These claims quickly spread across multiple platforms, with videos and posts suggesting that an industrial facility in the Haifa area may have been affected. Whenever something like this starts trending, it's important to pause for a moment and separate confirmed facts from early reports. At this stage, many details are still being examined by journalists and international observers. Governments, analysts, and independent monitoring organizations often take time to verify satellite imagery, official statements, and on-the-ground evidence before drawing firm conclusions. That's why responsible reporting always focuses on what is confirmed, what is claimed, and what is still unknown. Iran's missile program has been discussed internationally for many years. Among the systems that analysts often mention is the Kheibar Shekan missile, a medium-range ballistic missile that Iranian officials have previously presented as part of the country's defensive military capabilities. The name itself has historical and symbolic meaning, referencing events from early Islamic history, but from a technical perspective, analysts usually focus on its reported range, guidance systems, and ability to reach targets across significant distances. Organizations such as the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps have previously released footage and statements about missile tests involving this system. Those demonstrations have been part of Iran's broader messaging about deterrence and regional security. At the same time, Israel has one of the most advanced missile defense networks in the world. Systems designed to intercept incoming projectiles are layered together to detect and respond to potential threats. Because of that, whenever reports of missile launches appear, analysts immediately begin asking key questions. Were missiles actually launched? Were they intercepted? Did any reach their intended target? And if so, what level of impact occurred? All of those questions require evidence. Energy facilities are especially sensitive locations in any country. Oil refineries, storage terminals, and pipelines form the backbone of modern energy supply chains. Disruptions at such sites can influence fuel distribution, industrial production, and market prices. But it's also important to remember that large industrial complexes are designed with multiple layers of safety systems, backup infrastructure, and emergency protocols. Engineers and operators work constantly to ensure that operations remain stable even during unexpected events. So while headlines can sound dramatic, the actual situation on the ground often involves careful assessments by technical teams, local authorities, and energy companies. Another reason this story is drawing so much interest is because the Middle East has long been a region where geopolitical developments and energy markets intersect. When events occur near major oil infrastructure, investors, policymakers, and analysts all begin watching closely. Even rumors or unconfirmed reports can cause discussions about global energy supply, shipping routes, and regional stability. That's why international media outlets and monitoring organizations are now focusing on verifying information related to Haifa and the surrounding area. As of now, the most responsible way to view the situation is as a developing story. Statements are being analyzed. Footage circulating online is being examined. Satellite imagery may eventually provide clearer confirmation of what occurred, if anything did happen at the refinery complex. In the meantime, officials from multiple countries are calling for calm and emphasizing the importance of accurate information. One thing that often happens during breaking news events is the rapid spread of clips and posts that may not be connected to the current situation at all. Videos from older incidents, industrial fires, or unrelated locations sometimes resurface and are mistakenly presented as new footage. That's why verification takes time. Journalists and analysts typically check timestamps, weather conditions, building layouts, and satellite maps to determine whether a video truly shows the location it claims to show. It's a detailed process, but it's necessary to avoid misinformation. Let's also talk about the broader diplomatic context. Relations between Iran and Israel have been tense for decades, with disagreements spanning security concerns, regional alliances, and political differences. Both countries frequently monitor each other's military capabilities and strategic decisions. However, international observers often emphasize the importance of preventing escalation and maintaining stability across the region. Diplomatic channels, international organizations, and regional partners all play roles in encouraging dialogue and reducing the chances of misunderstandings. Energy infrastructure, in particular, is considered vital for civilian economies. That's why many global institutions stress the importance of protecting critical facilities and ensuring that energy supplies remain stable for populations that depend on them. Back in Haifa, daily life continues for residents who live and work in the city. Haifa is known not only for its industrial areas, but also for its cultural diversity, universities, and coastal scenery. The city's famous terraced gardens overlooking the Mediterranean are recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attract visitors from around the world. For many people living there, news headlines about geopolitical developments can feel distant from their everyday routines. Still, when international stories involve their city, residents naturally pay close attention to updates and official announcements. Energy companies such as Bazan Group also tend to communicate with regulators and government agencies whenever significant reports appear in the media. Industrial safety teams review operational data, inspect equipment, and confirm that all systems are functioning properly. This is standard procedure for major energy infrastructure around the world. Another factor to keep in mind is how quickly narratives can form online. Within minutes of a major claim appearing on social media, thousands of posts can begin repeating the same information, sometimes without independent confirmation. That's why responsible viewers and readers always benefit from taking a moment to step back and look at multiple credible sources before drawing conclusions. When more verified information becomes available, it often provides a clearer and more balanced understanding of what actually happened. For now, analysts are continuing to monitor developments related to the reported missile claims, the situation in Haifa, and statements from officials across the region. If confirmed details emerge, they will likely come through official government channels, reputable international news organizations, or satellite analysis conducted by independent research groups. Until then, the key takeaway is that this story highlights how interconnected geopolitics, energy infrastructure, and global information networks have become. A single report can travel across the world in seconds, prompting discussions among governments, markets, and communities thousands of miles away. And that's why staying informed through reliable information matters more than ever. We'll continue following this developing situation closely and share verified updates as they become available. For now, the most important thing is to stay calm, stay informed, and rely on credible sources as the story unfolds. If you found this breakdown helpful and want clear explanations of major global developments without the noise and speculation, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss the next update.